What's up, y'all? Welcome back, LFR family. It's always wonderful to see y'all virtually. Absolutely it is. I'm Van. If this is your very first time checking us out, man, we about to have some fun now. Here's the protest, right? We are checking out this one channel. I need to stop laughing before I explain what's so funny in my heart already. I guess I just wake up feeling good. Hopefully you are the same. But we're about to check out Fleccas Talks. And as you can see, I'm already subscribed to this channel. This dude gives out great on the ground interviews, man. He goes boots on the ground interviews, talking to regular people about real issues. And now I've already subscribed. You need to go subscribe too. All right. So he's talking to trans activists who are protesting Michael Knowles. All right. And they are all at this protest. You know, nowadays protests are like barbecues. If they hear about a protest, they're like, oh, I want to be there. Free food or free drama is what it is now, because ain't no food there. They ain't serving no food. It's just free drama. I want to feel like I'm on the right side of history. All right, no matter which type of ignorance I'm going to be a part of, I just want to be on the right side of history. So let's go and check this out, man. Y'all feel free to join us in the comments where all the fun happens.
I'm a trans woman.
Trans rights are human rights. Trans rights are...
Hey guys, it's Fleccas. This week we're at Kennesaw State where Michael Knowles is giving a speech called Men Are Not Women, and these protesters are not happy about it. Let's talk to them and see what's going on. Men are not women is the speech topic.
Yeah.
You disagree with that?
That's not what it is men cannot be women.
Men are not women is the...
Okay, men are not women.
You think that's true?
I don't know.
What brings you out here today?
Protest. There's a fellow coming in called Michael Knowles.
Do you think he should speak here tonight?
No.
What about his free speech and his right to do that?
I don't think hate speech is free speech.
Have you ever watched Michael Knowles' videos?
No.
Are you going to the Michael Knowles?
Whoa, brother. You never watched him, but you're there to protest him. You're saying that he gives hate speech, but you never watched his speech for yourself. Do you know how dangerous that is, young man?
This thing later? Are you going to go to the speech itself or no?
Look at him.
You're nice, you should. I don't think he's going to offend you as bad as you think he is. I think a lot of this is misinformation. You guys think he's a monster of a guy. He's actually really nice. I know him personally. He's actually a friend of mine. All right, 100. Are you protesting Michael Knowles? What makes you want to protest him?
I don't know much about him, but I saw the line, men are not women, and all the tagline about, can you not?
What?
Can you not?
What?
I don't want to be on your show.
Oh, okay, then don't.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, no. I saw
So what brings you out here today?
Yeah, I just saw the subtitle about...
Hold on, before we go on, I just want to say this, man, because here's the ridiculousness of it. This brother don't know anything about Michael Knowles, right? But he saw a line that reads, men are not women. And that pissed him off. I said, oh, I can't believe somebody said that. Oh, the hatred, the vitriol. The vitriol. I just like that word, man. I don't even know what the hell it means. It just sounds, the vitriol. Oh, I hate it. But why in the world would you hate men are not women? You see that? Why would that piss you off? Why would it trigger you? Where are we today in our society where reading that fact triggers us? All because we have friends who are men and they believe in their hearts that they are women. And we want to play make-believe with them. Check this out. If that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. But bruh, and I'm calling you bruh because you're a man and you're not a woman. Men are not women. I don't know why that would piss the youngin' off. Youngin' said, I don't want to be on your show. Wait a minute. I do want to be on your show.
Propaganda from the
We're
left.
not encouraging engagement
I
with these
understand.
people.
He's an adult.
Thanks. I can speak for myself because I'm an adult.
Well, tell her that. She's the one trying to cut you off.
I did.
I'm on all the college group meetings and stuff like that, and apparently some Antifa people liked the protest page that they started, so that got me a little like, I don't know if I want to wear a shirt that puts a target on my back, you know?
You disavow Antifa?
No, God no.
Antifa. What about the violence they do? They're so bad.
I think that violence is a useful political tool, and if wielded in the proper fashion, collateral damage happens, that's a shame, and people need to be careful what they do.
Do you think Michael Knowles should be allowed to speak here tonight?
Of course he's allowed to speak here. It's everyone's right to do so.
Do you disavow anyone who's like trying to shut him down and protest him and maybe get...
I don't disavow anyone. Let me tell you...
What about like if they get violent? Will you disavow political violence?
Here's what I think. I don't.
You don't disavow political violence?
I don't think about it. I don't.
Antifa is a label for anybody who's anti-fascist. So
I think it's a slippery slope, though. So if someone is in there and Antifa was in there and they got violent with Michael Knowles, would you disavow that?
Yeah.
Because he's not a fascist. He's not like a hateful person. He's just maybe a little...
He's up there talking. He's probably saying some hate. I don't know what he's saying. I don't know much about the man, to be honest.
So why protest him?
What little I do know was pretty hateful, and I'm not...
What do you know?
We've already been over this.
What have you watched of his that you're like, oh, this video is bad. He said this, this, and this. Like, tell me something you've watched and evidence you have. So then how can you be out here?
I saw the poster. That was enough for me.
You saw the poster?
Yeah.
That was enough?
That was enough.
And now you're like okay with like political violence because you saw a poster?
No, I've been okay with political violence before I knew who this guy was.
That's wild, man. You shouldn't say that on camera.
I'll say it on camera. I'm okay with political violence.
Yeah, we're here with Scott. You're on the F team that's hosting Michael Knowles today?
Yeah.
What made you want to bring him to campus?
We just think that the conversation is really necessary to be having on our campus, and I think that, the more like disassociation we have, the more people hate each other, and if we can just have that conversation, we can bring each other together,
Exactly. It seems like we're getting so polarized lately, and the media is obviously pushing us further and further apart. Like, we need to be able to have conversations. 100%. I feel like this is the first time in recent history where it's just like been so polarized that you can't even talk to the other side.
We're not talking to them.
I actually tried to.
We're not talking to him as a union. We're not talking as a unit. Listen, we're not talking to him. That brother just wants to. He want to spread hate. He want to say things like facts, like men are not women. Who says stuff like that? Huh? Who walks around and says stuff like that? Clearly, his mama raised him with hatred in her heart. Because that's all he's spreading.
To post an invitation on Fireside, which is actually the school's social media, and it actually got taken down 10 times.
What did you post?
It was basically just, hey guys, we're having an event with Michael Knowles on Monday at 7. Come out and have a good time, good discussion, great questions from the audience. Everyone come. It literally got to the point where the last time I said, all right, for the 11th time, guys, it'd be nice for you guys to come out, but took it down again.
Wow, that's wild. Well, thank you for talking to me. Thank you guys for hosting, and thank you for making an effort for the conversation. That's what we need more of. Thanks, man. Good talking to you.
If any place on earth should not be a place where speech is squelched, it's a college campus. Every idea, including dangerous ideas, should be addressed here, including calling out dangerous ideas such that people can see them for what they are.
Do you see Michael Knowles as a dangerous person?
I see him as inflammatory.
Because I agree with you to a point, but I think it's gotten so out of hand that they're labeling, like, I've been at protests, they call Ben Shapiro a Nazi. I've been at places where they just don't really make sense. They call black people a white supremacist. So it's like, you think we've gotten kind of out of hand, and college campuses have gone so far left that we're really squelching ideas that aren't that controversial?
Absolutely. I mean, if you start calling everybody Nazis, what are you going to do when the actual Nazis show up?
Exactly. Hey, you're very based.
Thanks.
That's very nice. We agree a lot. That's great. Thank you.
That's a good point. That's a good point. You crying wolf all the damn time. As soon as something happened and you start crying wolf, they're going to be like, well, you've been crying all this time and nothing was happening. So why should we come to your rescue now? See, that's something that's, you know what? I'm not even going to get in my bag right now. I'm going to expound a little bit later.
If you're talking to me, glad to find some common ground. Hell yeah.
Being trans is pretty socially acceptable now. It's, as it should be. But if you are a straight white guy, you are silenced. You're not allowed to voice your opinion.
It's interesting. Almost like the oppressed gain privilege from their oppression, and it's kind of like the totem pole of oppression now, deciding who gets to speak, whose voice is worth what, and who gets shut down and who doesn't.
Exactly.
You think that's a problem in college campuses?
Very much so. Everybody should have an equal voice.
What brings you out here today?
To support trans rights.
Michael Knowles is giving his speech inside. Do you think he should be able to give it or not give it?
Hey, y'all. We can't have interviews.
No interviews?
No interviews.
No? All right. The other person that was speaking said that they want their voice to be heard, and they want to, no? All right. Do you not want to talk to Shet? Is her answer your answer?
Yes, sir.
This is our entire zone, Zone 2.
Zone 2. Okay. So
please.
Got it. Thank you.
Move outside of the space. Ignore them.
Let's just go this way.
Do not speak with them. If you want to speak with them,
I've been very polite. If everyone's an adult here, no one's underage. If you don't want to talk, don't talk. It's very easy. Very nice. Think people should like, share, subscribe my channel?
Oh yeah, I'm already subscribed.
Hell yeah. I'm being nice. I'm just trying to do my thing. It's gonna be over soon.
Can y'all do this?
You guys are kind of being fascist right now. I'm being very polite.
This is not up for discussion. We are not holding interviews.
No, I mean, like, if you register a space, that means you got it. You know,
This is what the brown shirts did. Maybe if you're going to be mad about it, I would just maybe stand over there and let me do my thing.
I mean, you can't interview people. It just can't be.
I'm going up to adults. And saying, do you want to talk on camera? And they say yes. And I say, okay. And I ask them questions. You guys don't speak for other people. I don't get the sign.
Sign doesn't get you, bro.
I think you're being offensive to gay people.
She's holding the sign that says Michael Knowles is gay as F, right? And she's doing a whole movement. You know, Michael Knowles is gay as F. And we don't want him talking here because he's saying that men are not women. And the organizer don't want anybody to talk. You can see the little lady right there she's really trying to get people to leave. This young lady right here. She's like, look, we don't interview. We don't talk about stuff to the opposite side because we are here to only be heard when we want to say something loudly together as a unit, and we don't want anyone to separately say anything and be heard because this ain't about you, it's about us as a whole, and individualism is Black power. I don't know, bro. I don't know what the deal is. This is a question for you all because you all understand this a lot better than me. When we have these protests, right? She said we have this area. Zone 2 is ours. So I'm guessing this is the space that they signed up for, registered for peaceful protests, right? And kudos to them for that. So they're in their area. They want to have paint their faces, and they got their signs and whatnot. They are there to protest and get their thoughts out there through expression. While they're there, you have a gentleman, Fleccas. I don't know his full name. It's just Fleccas Talks. You have this gentleman out there who just want more understanding as to why y'all are out here. Like, what's going on? It's like, this is your opportunity right now. You do realize this brother has what? He has 608,000 subscribers. This video has 1.8 million views. He has reach. And you're there to have your voices heard, or are you there just for play? Are you there just to be with your friends and say this is no different from a card game. This is no different from going bowling. This is no different from, going to the beach and hanging out on blankets and just taking in some vitamin D. If that's the case, then just say that. But at the end of the day, if you are there and you're calling somebody derogatory names and you're trying to prevent them from coming to your campus to speak, wouldn't this be a great opportunity to just say, to speak intelligently on this and just let people know, like, even if you don't want other people to speak, shouldn't you, the person, the organizer, this young lady, or someone who calls themselves a leader of this group, take a moment to just set this gentleman straight, so to speak, and just quiet him? I know, for one, if I'm going to take time out of my day to go protest something, and someone was to ask me, why am I protesting? I would try my best to explain to them why I'm protesting. Because I would want them to understand, and I would want them to join us in our cause. Because if it was important enough for me and us to come out here, obviously we're trying to get more people to understand what we're out here for. So what's the reason? Well, I just don't understand why you would shut out someone that wants him. Do you think he's starting trouble? Do you think you're ill prepared to go toe to toe with somebody who think opposite of you? Do you know how much of a sucker move that is? That's like smacking somebody in the face and you don't want them to hit you back. If you got something to say and you feel that your stance is worth taking, then it's going to come a time where someone is going to want to understand why you are taking this stance in the first place, and you're going to have to explain it. That's just called being an adult. It is. These young people need to, like, seriously, they need to grow up.
I think it is. Why is being gay an insult? Why is being gay an insult? That's messed up. I'm the one standing up for you guys. Are we eventually going into the space or no?
We're not talking to you, bro.
Then I'm gonna tell you guys you can't be in here. Michael Knowles reserved this. I'm gonna give it right back to you. Now you're in the Michael Knowles area. This is the Michael Knowles area. They reserved it. You can't be in here. I'm just kidding. I'm very nice. She was outside. She was saying I can't be in the green area because.
We're in the area that we have reserved.
And I'm doing the same thing back as a joke, and I know it doesn't make sense.
No, it's just not funny. It makes sense. It's just not funny.
I think it's funny. I guess we'll see.
I'm part of College Libertarians. I'm a trans guy, and I'm kind of not really for all of what they're doing out here.
Interesting. So, tell me about your perspective and how you came to this, realization.
Well, I'm a trans medicalist, so I'm very, trans is a medical thing, but I don't like it being used as a political tool.
What is the reality of what transgenderism is?
It's a medical or mental condition, whatever you want to define that as, that your brain is physically different than it should be. Male and female brains have differences, and it's being one way or the other.
Do you think when it comes to children transitioning, there should be an age limit when a child is able to receive hormone therapy or transition surgery?
No, I do not. I feel like if they have that medical diagnosis and this is who they are, then that's what needs to happen for them.
Do we agree that kids should be allowed to be kids, and when they get older to a certain age, then they can make life-changing decisions?
I don't agree with anything about that. I don't know. Why do you have to know? Why do you have the authority to make that decision?
Because we're in charge of kids.
No, you don't have kids.
Yeah, I just think when it comes to kids, especially someone 8, 9, 10 years old, they don't really know what's best for themselves. They don't even know what they're really going through and feeling. They're not even familiar with the world. So to start doing something so drastic as that, I think is kind of like a red flag. That's maybe where we disagree.
Yeah. Well, and part of the thing is children are making the decision with the help of endocrinologists, psychologists, licensed social worker, whoever people in there, they have a whole team of people consulting with them. They're not doing it because they want to.
There's studies that show that children can form a gender identity as young as 3 or 4. And I'm not an expert, so I can't really debate that, but just from my own point of view, I think it's something that can permanently affect someone's life. So I can see why it might be hard to say, to make those decisions for a child, because they might not be certain they're children.
Yeah.
But, I'm not going to judge people who do.
I don't really agree. I think kids don't really know stuff.
You don't think that your decisions as a parent can affect your child's future?
I think they can, and that's why I wouldn't want to give my kid hormone therapy.
Okay, but
that would have majorly affect their future. Kids don't know anything.
Are you a pediatrician? Are you a child psychologist? Are you a teacher? Are you a parent? Are you responsible?
You know kids, you said.
Are you responsible
You
for
know
it?
kids.
Are you responsible for any
I feel a responsibility.
But you aren't responsible. How many children are actually in your life?
I have a niece. She's very nice.
Right. And how often do you see her?
Whenever I can.
How often do you see her?
Well, she's 1. I saw her 4 times. That's a lot.
Okay, that's a lot. Ooh, once a year? 4 times in a whole year.
So that means if a kid says, I want to wear a dress and get hormone therapy, that we should just be like, oh, you're...
Decide that.
So the kids should decide it then, not adults. So who should decide, kids or adults?
So you think kids that are deaf
Not
shouldn't get cochlear implants?
Not the same.
Some people think it is. Some people think the world of deafness.
I'm sure
is
some people think it is. The sign says teach acceptance, not ignorance, guys. I'm trying to bridge the gap and talk to people, and you're infringing on me.
People who identify as trans transitioning to another gender are not valid. You're saying they're not really who they say they are. You're saying that it's a mental illness. I don't want that on my campus. I don't like that, so I'm going to come and show my face.
And I respect that, and you should protest things. I just, I would watch a Michael Knowles video or two.
That make more sense coming from the young man than him just saying, I saw men are not women and just left it at that. I saw that as being hate speech, so to speak. But him saying that I believe this, and me hearing people say this about these people, to me, is hateful. And that's why I'm here to show my face and stand up for them. I can applaud you for that. I can applaud you for that. No issue with that whatsoever. But now it's your obligation to do your own due diligence and understand what these people are saying, what the Ben Shapiros of the world are saying when they say that this is a mental condition, because it's really that serious, man. Nobody is taking this lightly. Nobody is joking about these individuals who feel this way, because it's not a joke. It's not. Clearly, it's not a joke. I mean, people are committing suicide. People are like committing hate crimes against people who they don't fully understand, nor do they care to understand. It is serious. And the conversation needs to be had. The protests need to be had. But after the protest, where will this go? Like, these conversations definitely serve a purpose, but have something to say. I respect that young man more than I do a great deal of the people who are there at the protests and don't care to speak because they know they have nothing to say. At least this guy is putting himself out there, because none of us are perfect. I'm not the best orator. You know what I mean? But I'll still have a conversation with people. I'll have a conversation more so to learn something than to teach what I've learned, because I honestly don't see myself as that interesting. And there's a great deal of information out there in the world that to me is fascinating. And if you take a moment to speak with people, especially to someone who believe opposite of you or have seen a different part of the world than you have, that could possibly, potentially be a life changer.
I noticed you have a little Republican thing. You kind of have to hide it. Why do you have to hide it?
Because, I mean, next thing you know, I'll get a milkshake thrown at me for having specific political views.
We're hitting head the bike lock.
Yeah,
fail class. Who faces more backlash, you think, on college campuses? A trans person or a Trump supporter wearing a MAGA hat?
Trump supporters.
Yes, I will admit there's been some things that were violent towards Trump supporters, though I would also...
A lot.
Like, in general...
I'm from California, a lot.
I mean... Yeah, but society...
If I was in California and I walked around UCLA and I wore like a dress and a wig and makeup, no one would really give me a hard time. Okay. If you wear a MAGA hat, you're gonna have some problems.
You get more forward, but also like you cannot be a Trump supporter. I think being a Trump supporter is being an... You should get some for that.
You know, I do sometimes feel uncomfortable voicing my opinion, especially...
My man said, if you are a Trump supporter, you're an asshole, and you should get some sugar honey iced tea for that. Wow. Wow.
You should get some for that.
You know, I do sometimes feel uncomfortable voicing my opinion, especially in this kind of area, because it's the people who are supposed to be representing me, who are supposed to be on my side of everything, want to silence me.
Which is very ironic, because what they don't want is to be silenced or be marginalized, but they kind of do it themselves to the people who they think are oppressing them, which doesn't really make much sense.
Exactly.
What's your closing statement to Michael Knowles? Tell him one thing directly. He'll probably watch this.
Was he on campus earlier today under the tent? Was that him?
I didn't see him.
Oh. Well, I'm pretty sure that was him. If it was or if it wasn't, whoever I was talking to that was for him, I told that person to go himself, and I want to tell him again to go.
Do you know what Michael Knowles looks like?
No.
You ever seen a picture of him?
No.
You ever seen a video? Nothing. So you don't even know who this guy... If you went in that room and he was sitting in the chair, you wouldn't be able to point him out?
Well, I'm assuming he's on the stage, so I tell whoever's on the stage to go himself.
Wow, that's wild. Well, you're very passionate, so that's good. All right, just keep it at 100. Don't attack anyone. Just please don't do political violence, please. Let's not take it there.
I won't if it doesn't get that far.
It's cool to meet you, Fleccas.
What up? Hey, what's up? How are you?
Glad you came.
guys.
Trump ain't that bad.
Trump's not that bad?
Ain't that bad.
Trump ain't that bad. That's the southern version of it.
Ben, watch your stuff. Ben, go f*** yourself.
What's something Ben said that you don't like?
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, no, Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk, go f*** yourself. Candace Owens?
Yeah.
Go f*** yourself.
Did you go to the Michael Knowles speech?
I did go to the Michael Knowles speech.
Did he say anything hateful and bigoted?
Nothing that I can really tell, no. I mean, hateful is obviously defined to be anything I don't like now, so... But no, he just...
I'm glad he said that hateful is defined as something that you don't like, because that's how silly these damn kids are now.
He just said obvious truths, and if you think that's hateful, I'm sorry, not sorry.
What was the speech like inside? Did you say anything hateful?
No.
he was so nice and polite. I think that the liberals out here would be shocked to learn that what he said was not at all, I mean, even remotely hateful. It was a great speech. Like, I hope that some people, you know, that were protesting, they eventually watch it. You know, I don't really think a lot of them even realize who Michael Knowles is, what he actually says, other than what they've heard from Instagram posts.
Or saw on a poster.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to put the link to his full speech in the bio. Thank you for talking to me. Thank you guys for watching.
That was dope. Thank you, Fleccas. Thank you so much. What do y'all think about that, man? I think these kids they're passionate and they're trying to find their way. And this is how a great deal of change happened in the country. So I'm not completely against them I'm not against them at all for protesting. It is what it is. They're trying to find their passions, right? All I have to say is that it's dangerous to be so loud when you're this ignorant about a subject. And it's dangerous to be this passionate about something that you can care less to learn more about or hear the opposing side objectively without automatically considering it to be hate. Because there's real hate out here in the world, and if you look at this as hateful, once you face real hate, you're not going to know how to bounce back. Your life will be crushed because you're so soft. For everyone else, please let me know what y'all want me to know in the comments below. Listen, don't pay attention to the two mics. This is how I do my thing. And I would love for you to hit that subscribe button on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I'm Van, and now we are all the LFR family, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video, hopefully inside the Patreon as well. Y'all have been amazing per usual. Love y'all. Bye.